Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Barbara Holiday, and welcome. Yes, you are in the right place. You are at the FlappCast, I believe. We are trying to get our technology every week. We're trying to get our technology together. You know why? Because every week technology changes. That's the problem with COVID. It's forcing us to be IT professionals. Josh, I've got a Facebook ready to go, and I'm going to start again, and maybe Ray could start music again, possibly. No? All right. We're going live to Facebook on another camera as our backup. So let's see what happens here. And I may have to do this lovely intro again just to do it.
Are we live anywhere? We're live on YouTube, though.
Okay, so hello everyone. We are live on Facebook as well. Welcome.
We're on Facebook, Laura.
Okay,
We are. How about that? Yay.
for those of you who are watching on
Wow.
YouTube, you get the intro twice. Welcome to the FlappCast, Behind the Funny. It is October during the year, we don't remember this year, but it has 2 2s and 2 zeros in it. And the reason it has 2 zeros is because it's double zero.
2002?
No. But it is COVID-19. Why didn't it happen in 2019? COVID-19. That's what I...
Well, it did.
It
if you
actually
were in
did.
China.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God,
yeah.
shut up.
We just
Okay.
stuck the last time. We don't really need to say the 19.
was
I
in
think everybody
December.
knows it's COVID.
Well, let me
we
introduce...
don't have a COVID 20 yet.
Let me introduce my crew here. For those of you who've never done a television show, you want to introduce your people because there might be new people joining us right now. So again, I'm Barbara Holiday, the proprietor of Flappers.
Woohoo!
Next to me here is my amazing co-host and nerdy virgin, Joshua Snyder.
Hello?
He books all the virtual talent here at Flappers in this virtual comedy club. And then, of course, there's Paul Moomjean, the on-site director. He runs all the classes virtually and starting to go
Starting
live.
at the end of the month, we're going to have in-person classes on this stage.
And over here we have Laura Hayden, our
I'm just here.
amazing PT and comedian representative.
I bring wine. That's my
Yes.
job. I bring wine.
What wine do we have today, Miss
we
Laura,
have
please?
the Cabernet blend again. It's a Paul Moonji favorite. I actually
Yeah,
brought a
it
Pinot
is.
Noir last week for you, and you weren't here.
Well, I defected last week. I had
know.
to do a podcast for a friend of mine and this organization called NEVA, the National Independent Venue Association.
Can I just say, does anyone ever have to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
thank
really,
you.
I force people to do mine.
By
we-
gunpoint?
Oh, we've kidnapped people virtually.
That, I
Who
feel
would
like,
like
is
to
going
be
to be a movie.
kidnapped?
Yeah.
Write
Oh,
in
yeah.
and we'll get you on the...
That's a Coen Brothers movie.
It has to be. Yeah, that has to be a Coen Brothers movie where people virtually go into their emails, hijack them, force them to do podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying about Neva?
Yeah, and nothing important, just the National Independent Venue Association. They're trying to save stages across the country.
Go,
so
Neva.
they're,
Like this one?
yeah. Well, I mean,
The rug really ties this stage together, by the way.
yes. They're trying to give grants and help small venues, specifically musicians, too. I mean, we're so one-sided with our comedy, we forget that even musicians have no place to perform. You know, they've all been shut down as well.
Strippers as well. I can't forget.
Can you imagine?
That is true.
Yeah, strippers and
Strippers.
musicians.
And
I didn't think of that,
live
Laura.
storytelling.
You know, for some of those people, that's the only way they got laid.
And theater.
So, yeah,
Theater.
So I think we're posting on my personal Facebook because
Great.
we were,
We're gonna all get Barb's fans now to come
My
join
gosh.
us.
because we were screwing around with our settings, and so if you're on our regular Facebook, you're probably not seeing us right now, but that's okay. I don't know where we're broadcasting, but you know we're pros. That's what we are, and we still haven't fixed our air conditioning. For those of you following this story, for God's sake, please send us an air conditioning technician. How did we not get any comments?
Don't we need the air conditioner?
Yeah. What is happening? How come we're not on Facebook? Ray, can you check and see if we are on Facebook on your side? Because I am broadcasting to Facebook, but I don't
You know, we might just be doing this for ourselves today.
Yeah, well,
But it's still on YouTube,
yeah, it is.
That's right.
right? It's on YouTube.
Yes, but people aren't necessarily going to our
Well,
YouTube
you know what?
channel to
Actually,
watch it.
you know what? Why don't I just do
How
what I
about we
want?
do some jokes? What about that? How about some
So
drive-in
how did it
talk?
go with the podcast? Are they going to give you money? Well, that's what we need to know.
No, I guess apparently I wasn't funny enough. No, there were a bunch of
Okay.
musicians,
Okay.
basically, and it was very interesting. I was the only woman, other than the producer, Sheila, who's amazing, Sheila, if you're watching. But it was, is that what
I'm
we're
going
seeing?
live on my phone now. So.
Can we put the phone down to the thingy there?
No, we're live. People are watching.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
now.
Flappers
No.
Comedy Club Burbank is live now.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's me.
Oh.
And we have 2 viewers.
That's right.
Wow. Hi, Josh.
Hi, what is it? You and Josh? Who's the
Yeah. Actually, that might be it. I'm one of the
Very
viewers.
weird. Oh my God. That's because we're. Okay, let's not hear us.
There we go.
Oh my
This is going to be very like
What a
gritty
meta-
documentary.
What
yeah.
a meta episode.
Yeah, definitely. We're up to 5 now.
Well, yeah, because the 4 of us are all watching. And Ray in the booth.
I
It's good-
gotta ditch this. I'm so done with this.
You know what the thing
so
is?
can it be put on Facebook Live at some
Yes.
point in time?
It's on Facebook Live right now.
On
all-
Flappers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
all
It's
of-
just I'm recording it.
Okay.
All of technology can be summed up in the movie Jurassic Park. When Jeff Goldblum's character, Ian Malcolm, says, "Yes, we know that you could, but you never stopped to ask if you should."
That's my favorite line from the book.
Yeah.
When he's talking about if you have the ability to kill somebody with your hands, being a karate expert, would you kill them but you reach the point because it's not you had to train to get to that level that you respect life enough to not kill someone, as opposed to just being handed the information like they
Right.
did the dinosaurs. Anyhow, it's very Frankenstein.
Because also,
Redone,
when you look
by
at
the
all
way.
when you look at all the technology that we're using and we're trying to utilize, we didn't make it. So it's something that was kind of made for us, and now we try to find ways to adapt it into what we're doing. And if you ask the intention of what it was for, it may not even be utilized correctly.
By the way,
that-
Debbie says hi.
Hi,
from
Debbie.
Burbank.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Debbie
You
from
watching
Burbank.
Josh's Facebook?
Is she from Dallas?
We're here at Flappers Comedy Club. We're trying to go live on several Facebooks as well as YouTube. So somebody found us. Debbie's the one. Hey guys, I want to tell a little bit about the drive-in that we're setting up. Again, for God's sakes, somebody find us at some event somewhere. Flappers is not dying yet, but we set up a drive-in at the Pickwick parking lot. And last week, I think I told you guys. Oh no, I wasn't here last week, so nobody knows about this. It's a great story.
We
actually.
discussed it last week.
You
a little
did?
Bit. Yeah.
Did you
we did.
discuss that the city of Burbank approved us to do live comedy,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
then
we talked all about it.
Yeah.
L.A. County said no?
Yeah.
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 But
and
you were with your Neva people, so you know.
Yeah.
I was defecting on you
Trying to
guys.
protect
I
the
know.
rock
So
stars.
So
Yes.
Paul and I had to finish that whole bottle of Pinot Noir
Which we
on our own,
did.
which we did.
Hey, while we're at it, Paul, since I have a great angle, can we see your tattoo?
Oh, yeah.
My gosh. So I found out if you have tattoos, you can't give blood. Did you know that?
Oh, really? Good.
Because
I wasn't very
isn't that right,
generous
Laura?
anyways.
Is that-
I think you can still give blood. I actually, if you have a certain type of red ink, I don't think they use it anymore, but you're not allowed to have, if you had red ink, for old school red ink on your tattoos, they couldn't put you in an MRI machine.
I have diabetes. Nobody wants this blood. Nobody.
And I'm just a selfish bastard, really. That's my.
So Josh is taking footage from the actual stage, which is kind of cool. And
Yeah. It's very meta.
yeah. Since we only have
We're
a
we're
few,
guerrilla documentary style.
This is going in the Flappers
no,
documentary.
look, we're on the Facebook now. We're on my Facebook
Ooh, you know,
as well.
it used to be called the Facebook.
It's working.
That's what they used to call it.
Yeah, God, I'm so sick of social media and connecting with millions of
But
people.
whatever,
I can't
Twitter
take it.
got you your account back faster, so you have to be grateful to social media.
It did. It
Right.
did. You're right. I appreciate that. You look lovely today, Laura. By
Oh,
the
thank
way,
you.
what is
Thank
this
you.
fashion white shirt you have on?
I
Very
I
elegant.
had to decide what I was wearing at 5:30 this morning, and this is actually my Prince outfit. But if I thought about it, I would have worn an Eddie Van Halen outfit. That's what I would have gone for. I would have tried to
Oh,
do something.
yeah.
I would have pulled out my old Van Halen T-shirts from the 80s. I still have some Van
Yay,
Halen T-shirts.
80s.
Yes, I left my appendix in the Van Halen wing of the San Gabriel Valley Hospital when I was 16 years old. Emergency surgery.
Wow.
I ever since then I've been a fan of Van Halen because I was like, apparently they built a wing that I got my appendix taken out on.
Josh, why don't you put the phone in that handle right there?
Well, because then we might get the extra shots that we were worried about.
No.
No, I don't have a skirt on this week.
I do.
So.
I don't.
Yeah, my junk's not hanging out. We
I'm
can do
not
it.
worried about anyone seeing up my
If
skirt.
my junk was hanging out, I'd say no, but it's not. It's staying in.
People can see up my skirt all they want. Believe me.
Last week, I was wearing a skirt that was about your length, and every time I crossed my legs, Jennifer was like, are you Sharon Stone in this? And somebody's like, no, not even close. And I'm like, oh, all right.
Jennifer, who is defecting on us by doing comedy in San Clemente. So how weird is it that comedy can occur all around us, like some kind of bubble, but not here?
Make it go to the
We're
laundry
like the
brush.
only place in the world that hasn't opened at all.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Doesn't
New
it
York
seem
hasn't
weird?
opened.
Yeah, they have.
Not the clubs.
Outside stuff.
Yeah, outside,
Yeah,
but not
I
the
know,
clubs.
but what's wrong with doing comedy outside on a patio? I still don't.
There's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is that the major entertainment groups are fighting it. As long as Staples Center, Live Nation can't make their billions of dollars, people can't make their thousands of dollars.
You think they're actually
Yes.
plotting against us?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I 100% believe that they're
Yeah.
plotting against the smaller groups because here's why. Let's say we get to open up and we get to have Bill Burr, big name, right? Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
We could sell $300 tickets, and the people that have not been affected by the pandemic, they would come and buy it. But that's the same price they would have sold them at Pantages. That's the same price we're now. If those, there's only so many people in LA who can afford to see the big names. at
Are
a certain
small
price.
venues going to die? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Paul?
what I'm
Are we
saying
gonna
is,
die?
is that the bigger venues are not going to let us live and watch them die. They're either going to let us all die or we'll all come up together someday. And you know what? I really believe that at the rate that I've been looking at the political positioning of our politicians, I bet you on the 4th of November we're going to start seeing some real changes.
Who voted? I voted
I already
already.
I haven't voted yet.
I voted.
I have my ballot, though. I haven't voted yet.
Please vote. And you know what? Hand walk that damn ballot to a ballot box. That's what I did. They're all over the place. Just Google like a local, but I wasn't trusting the mail. Not because I love the mail. I don't trust it because I think Trump is fucking with the mail.
I sent mine
So.
and my dead rabbit's ballot in the mail.
You got
So-
one for your dead rabbit?
Well, I got him registered. I figured why not
You
make
did
Trump's
not.
conspiracy theories real?
Did you really?
No, of course not.
Oh.
But wouldn't that be funny if Amadeus Moomgene voted libertarian? Like that's right, because your pets would all vote libertarian. Like
Really?
I think so. I think if pets had a vote, they just
Right.
want to look. What party's going to let you crap anywhere in the house? The libertarians.
Really?
That's it. The Democrats wouldn't. They would regulate it.
So I must be a libertarian then.
You're probably more of a
because I
libertarian.
let my dogs. Really? That's what everyone says to
I
me.
think most people are libertarians until they have to vote because the Libertarian Party does not have the power to
Right.
make, they're not even on all the ballots.
Except was Ralph Nader a libertarian?
No, Ralph Nader was the Green Party.
Oh, the Green Party.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I missed
Unsafe at
I'm
any
not-
speed.
I'm not
Yeah.
good with my politics.
I actually
After
like that car a lot.
After that doofusy debate, I will never watch a debate again. I'm sorry. I'm
Well, you watch
totally
the next
disheartened.
one 4 years from now when it's much more pleasant.
When it's
What
Justin
about no
Bieber
virt-
versus Ivanka Trump.
No, when
No.
we're United States of America of China, is it 4
Right.
years from
Right.
now?
No. It'll be President
United
Harris.
States of Wuhan.
Yeah. It'll be President Harris debating Mark Cuban. It'll be fun. And there'll be no Republican Party because as soon as Trump loses, I'm convinced the Republican Party will completely implode into
Can
two
we
parties.
make a bet on air, like right now, of who you think's gonna win? I'll put a 20 down on this one, even though I don't have $20. But I'm going to pretend in a couple weeks I'll have $20.
I say Biden wins the popular vote and the Electoral College, and he goes somewhere a little over 300. I think there's some states that are just going to go Trump no matter what. Trump,
I'm sorry. I think Trump's going to win.
So do I.
I'm just going to say
He's
that I
losing
think
all the swing
Trump is
states
going
right
to
now.
win. I said this when the last election, and that's just my prediction. And the reason is because we are a country full of idiots. I don't.
because the flies are voting for Mike Pence now? Is that what
Well,
it is?
honestly, Biden doesn't look that good either, and I think people don't want any more change right now.
No. I have a new theory.
Do we?
No, I have a
Do
new
we
theory.
want change?
Here's my theory. Biden said nothing interesting in the debate. He rambled, called him a clown, told him to shut up. Kind of did his Bidenisms.
Shut up.
But here's
like
the
a
thing.
baby.
What
Yeah.
we want more than anything right now in the country is normalcy. And Joe Biden or John Kasich or even George Bush.
You mean
Hillary
boring?
Clinton.
We want boring.
We want boring. We want a
don't know.
president who is not going to go on Twitter. We want a president who's not going to be like right now. He's holding everybody hostage on the stimulus checks because he's like, I'm not going to win, so nobody gets money except for me, and I really don't have any money. Like that's the problem right now, and I think that Americans.
Wait. He got back $753 million on a tax
No,
refund?
72 million.
Oh, excuse me, 72
You
million.
got back then. Now that's under
Uh-oh.
investigation.
I don't
The
think I've
IRS
made
is-
72 million in my entire life.
No, probably
ever.
not. But the
I don't think all of us four combined have made 72 million.
Josh did.
Well, last week I was at
Yeah.
a good week, but after that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't expect to make another
But
72
that
million
wait,
this
I
week.
think I owe
let's be
72
clear that was his tax refund.
yeah, which is
Let's
being
let's
audited
be
right
clear.
now. But
So
that's-
how much money did he make in a salary? And that's his
Well,
tax refund.
No. Because keep in mind,
Or
there's-
he's just a crook, and the only way he makes his
Well,
money is from fucking
but keep in mind,
tax scams.
there's also losses. The way he was able.
I
to
own a
claim-
business, Paul. I
know,
understand.
But that's the only way that he was able to claim it.
250 business losses.
We had 500 businesses.
500. Oh,
And he
excuse
said
me.
they
I was.
all lost money.
Oh.
And this was the investigation. So, but that's why right now they want his tax returns for the court case that right now the IRS is putting up against him, saying,
I understand.
Yeah.
But if they apparently, even if he gives up his tax return, we won't know what it says on the tax return.
No,
Because
but-
they're not allowed to actually tell us what it says.
right.
I think we should put a ballot measure for that. Like, if you're going to
Yes.
be a public figure,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
think
be
you're fine.
transparent.
Because you know what? As a business owner, when we file for certain things, like, let's say I wanted to do anything with my business,
Right.
I have to publicly post information.
I actually,
People see my tax returns all the time.
but I went through
for
this.
the business.
I actually went through this. I was
Yeah.
going to run for mayor in Simi Valley, and I had won a lawsuit.
You would have won.
I might have won actually.
Yeah.
My last name was very well known because it's a small city. My brother and I had a lot of friends, and also no one liked the current mayor at the time.
Right.
So I was basically saying anyone
You
happy
were
with the
better
city-
than anything
Yes.
shittier.
Literally, if I could have put sack of potatoes,
You're
right?
like,
Snoopy,
well,
vote for Snoopy.
right,
Yeah.
sack of potatoes
wins.
with the Native American party,
Perfect.
right?
Armenian sack of potatoes.
Armenian sack of potatoes. Now that sounds like a breakfast food, but here's the thing.
Delicious,
Vote
actually.
So-
boom.
Very.
Or
Right.
expect doom.
So here's what happened. I can tell you because I've actually gone through this process. They sat me down, they gave me the paperwork, and they said, you have to tell us how much money you made last year. We need to know where you're getting your money from. So this way, if all your money was from a Amgen in Thousand Oaks, we know you might play favorites with them in Ventura County, right?
Okay.
So I told them, I said, well, I won money in a lawsuit. I had won a good chunk of money. They said, oh, well, you'd have to mention that. Well, there was a non-disclosure agreement, which I couldn't mention who paid out
Right.
what for what. Well, I couldn't run for office
Because of that
because
reason.
of that. And that's when I realized how many people, because
that's
especially think about how many
stupid.
people are in that level, are suing people, getting settlements, and they can't run for office because they can't disclose how they made money off certain lawsuits or certain business arrangements or agreements that are perfectly legal and fine, but you just can't let people know. And that's when I realized I couldn't run for office. And I feel like I could have been a really good mayor. I was 26, 27. I knew the city like the back of my hand. I had been a teacher, wrestling coach. I would have done well, but I couldn't.
Did
because-
you mention the baby goats?
Yes, not the goats yet. Not the goats yet. I would have brought goats to City Hall though.
By the way, Keith is asking, how is a guy in the woods an hour outside Toronto the only person watching this?
I
We
do
have
have
a
to say,
huge-
God bless you.
Huge
Keith.
Canadian
We
following.
love you.
I have
Yeah.
to say, Josh, your
Tell him
your documentary
because-
skills are excellent.
Keith.
I watched a few seconds of it. I was
Yeah.
like, well done, Josh. You
Yeah.
got the camera skills down.
Tell Keith because we couldn't. Keith, here's why. Normally we have about 200 to 400 followers, but today we couldn't get our technology together, and therefore we are broadcasting to Joshua Snyder's Facebook, and he only has one follower.
And the only
in
people
middle
that
of
watch
Canada.
this are the people who slept with Josh.
Right. Did you sleep with Josh, Keith?
No. This is Flappers Burbank. This isn't mine.
Oh, we're on Flappers Burbank.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
so
not
sorry,
cross promoted
friends.
to everybody else's, which
Correct.
helps bring, like
Yeah.
if I have 30 viewers and you have
Yeah.
50 viewers and so forth, yeah.
We're broadcasting on my Facebook as well. So, but I think my friends will be
I
surprised
posted
how
that you should watch.
shitty.
That's what I did. I
Yeah.
said, watch me now. Watch me now.
Watch me.
Watch me
Watch
now.
me. Watch me.
So-
Watch
yeah.
me. Whoop, whoop. Watch me.
I wish
Watch
I'd
me.
worn my Van Halen T-shirt. Damn it.
Well, kudos to Van Halen. Did you see that tweet that Valerie Bertinelli?
Did you
No,
just
what did she
congratulate him
say?
for dying?
No.
Just
but
for being amazing.
Valerie Bertinelli posted a really nice tweet. You can go to her Twitter
you can
and
give me
read
the
it.
sum up.
It basically says that, you gave me a great gift with our son, Wolfgang, Wolfie. They call him Wolfie. And
It's a great name.
you were inspirational and the light of my life. And, just what you put out in the world was so amazing. It was just all really cool. We don't often acknowledge other people the way we should for their contributions.
Well,
And that's what she did.
Thank God they had a wing in the San Gabriel Valley Hospital because they obviously needed a tax write-off, but I was a pediatric patient and I was in the pediatric ward of the San Gabriel Valley Hospital, which they donated to, and so that's so I'm grateful for that. And I got to see them a couple times, so that was great. He was
Yeah.
amazing.
What song did he write?
All of them. He wrote every music.
Every song after 1980.
Everyone lost their virginity to his music in the 80s.
Panama still is one of my favorites if I have to get somewhere fast.
Panama.
You know what
You know
was-
that one, Josh?
No.
And, old school, I like Ice Cream Man, because they used to drive around in an ice cream truck when they did gigs when they were first
Yeah.
starting. They had an ice cream truck, and that's why they did Ice Cream Man. They had an ice cream truck where they loaded up with all the equipment, and that's how they got to their gigs
Why don't
before
we
they were
do that?
famous. What?
Why don't we do that? Just get an ice cream truck.
There we go.
People pay $15
Eddie
for
Van
ice
Halen
cream.
started
Paul,
out as a
getting an
drummer,
i-
by the way.
Getting an ice cream truck is not the solution for every single problem, all right?
No, I think it is.
It
the case.
sounds like
If we could
I
just
would-
have Panama playing on the
Could you
outside of the
imagine?
ice cream truck.
Yeah. Kids come out,
Panama.
and then Josh gives them ice cream and goes,
Reach
so
down
I lost
between
my
his
virginity
legs
when I was
and
32.
ease the seat back.
I don't think Josh should be involved with children in any capacity.
Fine, so Michael Rayner's on the top. I don't care, but I think this is a great idea.
Josh
Ice cream.
doesn't know how to produce ice cream.
Ice cream.
I'm allergic to ice
And
cream.
that
Just
was
the-
a dirty
just
joke.
the reach down between your legs, ease the
Right.
seat back. Like I love that part of the song.
You know what amazed me is that he died at 65,
Very young.
right?
He had,
Which is but in rock years that makes him Rip Van Winkle, right? When you really think about the fact that rock stars, most of them don't get to 70,
yeah.
right? How about 50? Most
He
of them
was
die.
so cute.
He
too.
couldn't read
So
sheet music, by the
handsome.
way. I'll just give you Van Halen facts along the podcast.
Okay.
here.
Excellent.
He could not read sheet music, and he also started out as a drummer.
How big was his penis?
I
you
don't
know
know.
personally?
I didn't sleep with him, so I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know. I've made out with some celebrities because I grew up here, but
I
he
feel
wasn't one.
like he would be the kind of celebrity that would have made a mold of his
He got
penis.
Valerie Bertinelli in the height of her
Yeah.
power, so I'm
I'm
guessing
sure
it was.
he had an okay
I'm
penis
guessing
or
his penis
tongue,
was
either
okay.
way. Yeah.
Apparently, he was a
had-
nice guy too. He went to the Comedy Magic Club, and I heard when he was a guest there, he was
Yeah.
very, very nice to the staff. They actually still remember that. So
I just find it odd that 80s rock is like some kind of nostalgia thing now. Like to
It's
me,
been 30 years.
40.
Excuse
40.
me. It's just part of my life.
Jump
I
came out in what,
didn't know.
82?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, imagine the time.
Might
when-
as well jump.
Could you imagine the 1950s?
Might as well jump.
when rock and roll was happening and the jazz people were like, I remember back in my day, there weren't lyrics. And if there were, they were in church in the pews.
I saw Van Halen both with Sammy and
Live. wow. Jealous.
David Lee Roth. And I have to say,
Jealous.
I think Sammy Hagar is an amazing musician, but Van Halen with David Lee Roth is Van Halen to me.
What was the feud? There were two people that everyone does the question for the band. Who was that? Was that Van? Who was
What
that?
band were
What
they
ba-
in?
are they better with they actually
Alone
made more
or
money
solo?
and sold more records with Sammy Hagar, who's actually probably technically a better musician, but nobody can sing those high notes like David Lee Roth.
Right.
And he is so entertaining on stage. So entertaining. And I saw him young and I saw him old. And even when he was like, I think
What
I saw him
does
when he
he
was in
look-
his mid-50s, he could still do those notes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, your voice never.
That scream, that like scream in the
voice
beginning of
never
those songs is
changes.
amazing. Yeah, he could still do it. And the high kicks, the karate kicks. That he
But a lot of the rock stars that survive can still do everything. I think there's
No, Don Henley can't sing the high notes of the Eagles song anymore. He had to bring in that other guy.
Oh, that's funny. But
Yeah.
Mick Jagger and
Yeah,
still-
in general, I think your voice prevails over your body.
Tom
for
Jones
sure.
can still hit all the
Wait,
notes,
Laura,
baby.
I have
It's
not
not
seen him.
unusual to go out at any time.
When can I?
Whenever,
see him?
if Tom Jones is playing anywhere close to me, I will go see him.
You
I
can
want-
leave your hat on.
That is the sexiest 80-year-old I have ever seen in my entire life. I would totally sleep with Tom Jones.
I just
and
tell
there
you-
is no woman that's seen Tom Jones. If you saw Tom Jones, you'd probably sleep with
Can
him.
I just say, men I know have said the same thing.
I
Men
went the
who've
first
seen Tom
time to see Tom
love
Jones. The
Tom
first time I
Jones.
went to see Tom Jones, Vegas, and I had to talk my friend, who you know, Patricia, into going by accident because we'd seen all the Cirque du Soleils, and when I talked her to go to Vegas to go to a baby shower, which I hate. And so we go to Vegas, and she's like, I hate baby showers. I'm like, I'll take you to dinner. And she goes, there better be a show. And I'm like, all right. So I looked to see what was playing in Vegas, and we'd seen all the Cirque du Soleils. We'd seen everything, and I'm like, the only thing we haven't seen that I think you might be interested in Tom Jones. He's just like, Tom Jones. And I'm like, I know, but it'll be kitschy. It'll be old Vegas. We actually showed up late. Tony Curtis was sitting 2 seats in front of us. It was crazy. And we showed up a joke. Tom Jones, a joke, whatever. We went in as a joke. We left total fans. Like, when can we see him again? That man is seriously entertaining. He can sing. He's got crazy sex appeal. You watch The Voice in the England Voice, you see all the girls that are on panel with him, they're all like Tom Jones. Like, by the end of the show, they all want to sleep with him.
But if Tom Jones was like just a minor, you know, or like just worked as a truck driver, would women still sleep with him? Because
Probably.
I think it's a kind of a chick.
He's also packing.
It's
I know
not
that for a fact.
unusual to go mineral fracking.
Right. It's not unusual to have breakfast with your kids.
But he
Like,
also
he's
has
just
a.
boring
He also
guy.
is very physically endowed. That I know for
It's
a
not
fact.
unusual to
I
have
I
a
have it
large
from a
penis.
good source. Secondary fact.
It's not
Which probably helps his
unusual to
confidence.
have
I'm
big
sure it does.
balls.
And the fact that he can still sing like nobody's business. I mean, he could. I saw him like 2 years ago at the Hollywood Bowl, and he was amazing.
My face is turning red because there's no air conditioning in here, in case you didn't notice.
Oh, I thought it was because we were talking about Tom Jones's
Oh,
penis.
no.
I'm telling you,
I've never
so-
seen
the only 80-year-old ever looked at him like, yeah, I'll do that.
What about Sean Connery?
Yeah.
There was a time. I mean,
There was
It's
a
not
time-
unusual to be James Bond.
He's not my favorite Bond. He's my.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Well, from a personal thing, Pierce Brosnan's my favorite, but that's because I like him. But I actually think Daniel Craig's the best Bond that we've ever had.
Barbara, response?
I'm right on with Laura. I think Pierce is more attractive, but Daniel Craig is probably
He's got the sexy,
better.
ugly thing going
Yeah,
on.
he's like
He's
all
got
right.
he's got that manly, sexy
You've
appeal
got a
kind of
secret-
thing. I mean, I mean, Sean Connery definitely is a great Bond, but it was a different time.
I think my favorite Bond movie was Mrs. Doubtfire, where Pierce Bronson had to take down the master of disguise, Robin Williams. I think that was a great Bond film. I know that it was marketed as a Chris Columbus,
Hello!
John Hughes family film, but no. It was definitely a Bond film.
My favorite line. Hello.
But
Hello.
But here's what I liked about the Sean Connery Bond, though. Like all the other Bonds, as the newer Bonds are much more tortured and it's hard to be the hero. But the Sean Connery Bond was like, no, I like killing people. It's quite nice.
Right.
He wore a hairpiece to that
So-
whole thing, by the way.
You know, Mrs. Doubtfire, I must say, I bonded with that movie because I was a kids club host. And so
Roxy the Fox.
I remember like
That's
every
what he was doing.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Well,
Like
just with the
for
British
me
people
that
who
movie
be,
was
you know.
like
It's not unusual
Very
to
touching.
be Roxy the
Yeah.
Fox.
right.
It's a bit now.
It is.
No, but you're right. You know, I remember, so 1993 is when it came out. And my parents got divorced in 91. And it was actually a really good film for me and my brother when we were taking to see it. Because the trailer doesn't really present it as divorce. It seems to be like the dad got kicked out of the house. And now it's a full-fledged divorce. And I just found it very interesting because it's like, now what was funny about that movie is that my mom really liked it. And my stepdad, who she was dating at the time, really liked it. And then he became my stepdad. My father, who was a terrible father, hated it. He's like, why would anyone go through that much work to see their kids?
I know my dad didn't.
Right? He was always like, that sounds like a lot of effort.
Oh, there's a lot of
Oh.
traffic. I don't think I'm going to make it this
There's a
weekend.
court
That's-
system. So yeah, no,
Some people love their children. Apparently, our parents weren't that way.
No, my father flat out told me, he's like, if I had to choose between you and your brother, it'd be your brother every day. I was like, okay.
I haven't talked to my parents in years.
I haven't
Well,
talked
they're
about
not-
Of course, they're
they're-
both dead.
right, which means you still
So it
could.
makes
That would be
sense.
creepy if you
With-
told me I talked to my mom last night. I'd be like,
No,
ooh.
with the right seance, you could talk to anybody. I haven't talked to my dad in 21 years.
I haven't talked
It's
to my
not
dad.
unusual
I haven't talked to my
have a
dad in
distant
4, I think.
relationship.
4 years? 3 years? 3 years. I haven't talked to my dad in like 3 years. 2 years? Something like that. We've texted, though.
Our fight was over Star Wars.
That's funny.
We've texted.
I haven't talked to him, but
I
we
love that
texted.
we're comparing almost perhaps.
You know what? I haven't.
We're recording.
Competing.
We're deciding who has worse
our,
parents.
Our fight was over Star Wars Episode 1. It was Tuesday night. We're going to go to see a midnight showing out in Westwood, and I was living in Simi Valley and drive out to Westwood and see the big man theater. And my dad said, "No, that's my night of the week with you." And I said, "Dad, I'll come on Thursday." "Nope, want to live under this house, you'll follow by my rules." So I picked Jar Jar Binks over him, and that was it. We never
Josh,
talked again.
what about your parents? Turn the camera.
What about my parents? All right, here. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Well, my parents are they're very in love, according to the police reports, and they're
They're
currently
Jewish?
they're
They're
Ju- well, of
Jewish.
course, yes. They're
Right.
when you look at this face, there's no way, there's no non-Jewish going on in here.
Does
And-
the police report claim that they were arguing and not fighting?
It was a discussion.
Not
That's
a-
what my
it was
mother would
hot-
always
It was
say.
a heated discussion, not a hostile.
Yeah.
We're not fighting. We're having a discussion. Really? Does that? At what point in the discussion, when I learned speech and debate, did it include the part where you take the box and throw it across the room? I did. Is that?
It's called the box technique.
I see.
It's a visual. It's a visual aid.
Had you done that, you would have won states.
Not sure what the how that fits into the rhetorical argument there. It's not unusual to have marriage strife. When
More
you
like a
get-
rectangular argument.
But they're very in love. They're still together. They're
Love?
yes, in love.
Is it because you moved down here?
God, if that's love.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I will say that they are the only. They're the only people who will love me for who I am.
Josh, Cindy Shields is saying she loves your commentary and your singing. So
Oh,
can
yeah.
you sing some more? Sing something about your
Sing.
parents.
Not unusual.
Well, no, Tom Jones has
Like
so much
Josh
better songs.
singing
Actually, his last two albums are far more better than.
I've been listening to a lot of Andrew Lloyd Webber. I know that's a non sequitur, but I have been.
I like non sequiturs. I'm the queen of the tangent.
I've been listening to young hip hop.
Young hip hop, really?
This whole show is one big tangent. if I may say.
Nighttime shock.
We used to be organized. We all came in with jokes. We came in with sets. Then COVID happened, and
No, what happened was when we tried to run 7 cameras at one time. I think we became more focused on the camera. Then we gave up and then just, let's do the show.
and then we have to begin, and we're whatever camera. We
Exhausted.
It's
You guys
what
are
I-
exhausted putting this thing together.
Every Thursday, it's like 2 minutes till when we're supposed to start. And we're like, what camera are we using? What are we live yet? What are we doing?
Have we done a sound check? That's the
God,
first-
I miss live performance so bad.
Well, I did this show here
was
with
so
Hal
much
Sparks. It was
easier.
Hal Sparks on Sunday. It was Hal Sparks, Josh, and I I think the three of us had a great time. Did anybody watch? Was there people on the show? Were
Oh,
there?
yeah,
Okay,
people
good.
watched.
How many people were there?
I don't know, like
40?
40, I think, something
40?
like that.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. Somebody asked me how that went, and I'm like, how is it talking to a dark room? I'm like, well, apparently I'm not bothered by that.
Did you guys have any people that were in the room
No.
to feed off of?
No,
Okay.
I was the audience.
Good for
Josh,
you.
Josh and I were the audience for Hal. We
Yeah.
did a very
Yes.
good job. We sat about 60 feet away from each other, so it was very safe.
Yes, very safe.
Because
And it was,
this Sunday's my birthday show. on the Wednesday.
you mean this
Happy
Saturday?
birthday. Had I-
Saturday.
Had I known, I would have
This
made you some
Saturday.
cupcakes
not
or something.
unusual.
Oh, I know. Well, my
Usual.
birthday's not till the 30th. We're just running on the 10th. So, but my birthday's on the 30th. We're going to do the 10th is.
How do you feel about yellow cake and chocolate frosting?
No,
By the way,
that's
yellow-
for me, and I'm going to pretend I'm having another birthday.
and but just
Okay, Paul, just ask for the
But
cake.
just-
Please ask for the cake. Say
let's
your
do the
favorite
cake.
cake is yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
yeah,
just
yellow
say it.
cake with chocolate frosting. That's
Oh,
all I
thank
eat.
God.
That's all they feed me in the office. But our show's going to be really cool, and we're going to have Jared Sandler on the show, correct?
Yes.
Adam Sandler's nephew's going to be doing some time. We got
Yeah.
He's funny too.
Yeah, oh, he's very funny.
Very
we got,
funny.
We got Renee Percy, who is one of our instructors. We have Teresa Lowe, who's a professional writer and comedian. She runs a lot of shows. She's one of our instructors as well. And John Wynn, who has been second in every
So
comedy
great.
contest in the
Hilarious.
country. John Wynn, I think, was second in the World Series of Comedy. but he's
John Wynn never wins.
Right, John Wynn doesn't win. And
But
so
he wins in my book.
he's so funny, and he's been a mentor to me, and I've been a mentor to him. It's kind of a back and forth. His strengths are my weaknesses, and vice versa. So we have a good relationship. Plus, we're gonna have just a really fun show. It's just gonna be really good, and my family will all be watching. By the way, this is funny. I have
But
cousins.
it's not your actual birthday, right?
No. The
So it's on the
30th.
10th, but your birthday's
But
the
it's
30th.
his
Why are
It's
you
my
having it so
birthday
early?
It's his
show.
birthday
Okay.
show.
So, we're doing it now because the other weekends were Halloween and other things. as well.
Okay.
So here's what we realized is that I have family members who've never seen me do comedy ever, This is the first time they're going to get to see me do
Are
comedy.
you excited?
I'm very excited because then what's funny is I'm flying up to Washington for Thanksgiving, and I'll see some of them, and then they're going to look at me. They're going to be like, "Really? This is what you texted me about for the last 7 years?" Like that's my
like,
fear.
Glad I only
Do you
came
still?
to one.
Right.
They're gonna be like, "Do you still have those teaching credentials?"
Thank God the whole family only had to pay $14 to see
did
you.
And they're like,
They never came and watched me wrestle.
Oh.
That my family never came to watch me coach. They've never seen anything I've ever done at all, which is hysterical because at some point you're like, stay committed to this.
and now they're like, they watch you do your stand-up,
Well,
and then they're like, excuse me, you get paid to do this?
I mean,
You get paid to teach
oh
this?
no, when people when they're like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm a full-time comic. They're not really. No one's a full-time comic. I know that's all I do is comedy. You know, I teach comedy, I write comedy, I perform comedy.
Is this comedy right now?
No, nothing's
Okay.
funny right now.
Great.
But technically this is the FlappCast.
It's not
which is-
unusual to be self.
it's entertaining. How's that?
Yeah.
It's mildly entertaining. If the Housewives can have a show that billions of people will watch, 4 comedians on a stage can at least be mildly as
But we
entertaining
need-
as a bunch of annoying.
But
Yeah,
our-
but we need drama. We have no drama. You ready?
Right.
I can do that.
Should I punch Josh in the face?
Yes, totally.
No, we have
She
drama,
said that too
believe me.
fast.
We have
Yeah, we have drama.
I'm the first person that will encourage bad behavior from anybody at any point in time. Should I do that? Yes.
No, we have drama. It's I think it's hard to sometimes explain to the outside world what our drama is.
Well-
like to you, like where we save contracts is
No, Josh
not
and
a
I-
big deal, but to us it's
We
like,
have-
no, is it the local drive or is it the Google Drive?
No, let's talk about, excuse me.
No, that's so true.
I'm in my motorhome and I need to tell you that you need to deliver my meals to the other side of the street today. That's the problem today.
Are you talking about the
Great Plates delivery.
program?
It got
Yeah.
extended to November 8th.
Yay!
Thank goodness.
Thank God for old people.
Yes,
Who thought
please.
anyone would say that out
Thank
loud?
Don't
God for old
die.
people who need food.
Yeah, don't die, people, please. Just don't
Yeah.
die. I need some FEMA money. And we love serving you. We actually got
sweet FEMA money.
Yeah, we got a really nice voicemail from David Cronmiller's mother, actually, about the deliveries.
Great.
And I should play it for you right now, but we're not very good at technology.
This could go bad.
No.
You know, Josh and I were joking.
You could just
though.
sum up. That's
Yes.
as nice as it could be. She really
Most-
appreciates it.
I'm
That's-
going to say this. Every day we get phone calls, and the phone calls are from seniors, and they're usually like very simple complaints like, I'm allergic to nuts, and you put nuts in my oatmeal. I said no nuts. And then I have to text everyone and say, okay, so-and-so called and she's nuts. I mean, no nuts. But it's like, I get it, but we put the notes and we're serving. You can't say, I'm sorry, lady, we're serving hundreds of people a day. We're trying our best to make 100 different, special, unique meals.
No Nuts, by the way,
But-
is my porn name.
What, Josh? No nuts?
No Nuts is
Okay.
my porn name.
No, but
Trump's is walnuts.
we do really.
Get it? The wall.
I mean, can you imagine if how
Nuts
we,
are just funny.
I live by myself.
I love nuts.
I-
Trust me.
I think
that's why I said it. I said
I live by
no
myself.
nuts.
I get
nuts.
it. I once picked up the phone at 10 p.m. I was the only one in the office, and I picked it up.
Okay.
And it was one of our Great Plains
Senior.
clients.
Oh.
And he just wanted to tell me, and it took me 25 minutes to get off the phone, but he told me how great the salmon was.
Oh yeah.
And he just
well,
wanted to talk
Flappers
about
has great food, so
Right, right.
it's not unusual. It's not
usual to like
It's-
flappers.
It's
famous food.
it's completely expected that they would love the food that you're serving
but
because you have
hang
a
on.
full kitchen and the food here is delicious and the chef does a great job and you have great food. So the fact that you're now serving seniors meals during this very unusual time in the world doesn't surprise me that they love it because the food here is great.
However, you do not look on your DoorDash and think, "Hey, I'm going to order food from a comedy club."
Right.
No. That's
So
That-
it's
but
But
it's
it's
all
really
like
good.
Paul and I were joking about this. Is that it's all these businesses now are having to redo
Reinvent
rebrand.
everything.
So it's like it almost feels like we're expecting an email from AMC Theaters. AMC Theaters, you want to buy a horse?
We now
Did
childcare. We do
AM
childcare now.
Yeah,
MC
MC childcare.
MC childcare.
SAG actors will watch your kids.
How many different things are we doing here, guys?
I've started 4 since
Flappers Comedy Club and Laptop and Parking Lot Comedy and classes and wine sales and
And you remember how in the past people used to come up to stand-up comedians after your show and they'd say, "Oh, you know that joke? You should try this." So now what they do is, "Hey, you know what? Have you thought about takeout?" That's what people say to us. And
Well,
it's
some
like,
restaurants refuse to do
no.
takeout, like Mastro's, like big fancy steakhouses and stuff. They were just like, nope,
it
not going to
doesn't
do it.
hold.
But
No.
to piggybacking off of what Barb said, the people do. It's very nice that people try to be helpful, but usually by the time they're suggesting it to it, there's still people who are like, "Hey, you should do the PPP thing," or "You should,
Oh,
hey,
thank you. Yeah.
hey, you should maybe live stream."
Hey, you should go into debt and pay the government for 30 years.
Have you thought about doing online classes?
Have you heard
Well,
about this
you know
grant?
what? Everything that you did immediately is what everybody else is now doing.
I
So you're the
know.
forerunner.
Yeah.
So well done. I mean, Barbara is the master at like taking a problem and making a solution. I mean, she totally is, and you guys know it. You work with her full time.
Well,
here's a problem. Let's make a solution that works. It's not what I plan to do. It's not what I want to do. But guess what? We're gonna swim. She's very scrappy this
What I
one.
found interesting is when I read the news reports about the PPP. What everything I
Roxy the
read,
Fox. She'll make it happen.
everything I read about the PPP was all these small businesses didn't get money, and we did because we did it as fast as we could,
Oh,
the
I
right
did
way, right?
immediately.
And then it was like Staples Center and Shake Shack, and all these people had to give their money back because they really weren't the ideal, right?
Right.
But like
We were the perfect
we
candidate.
are on the same speed as the Staples Center.
Yeah. Well,
Like
we're
that's
being,
what's really cool.
well, we're being paid because thank you to PPP,
Yeah.
but we also now are in debt in where we weren't before. And people don't realize that we do owe the government money now where we didn't owe money before.
But fortunately, I don't think there's going to be a government in about 15, 16 days.
Wait,
Right.
so I put in my vote, I put in my, for the 20 spot, I said Trump's going to win, unfortunately. Not to my pleasure. Josh, what's your vote?
I agree with you. I think he's going to
Oh,
win.
fuck. And Paul?
No, it's going to be Biden.
'Kay.
America's ready
Laura?
for stability.
For the 20 spot, just take a guess.
I don't want this, but I think it's gonna be Trump.
Oh, 3-1. Fuck.
Yes, which okay, so wait,
So,
we're sweating
so
bad
you're
now.
gonna have to pay
Ray.
$60, or you're gonna make
Ray.
$60.
In the sound booth, Ray, what do you think?
All Biden, baby.
Okay. All right.
Great.
We got 3 for Trump, 2 for Biden. Not necessarily how I voted, however.
Correct.
But let's be
right,
clear
we all
on
voted
that.
Libertarian.
I
Yes.
voted Patrick Stewart in. I
Right.
wrote him in.
It's a write-in vote.
You know what? Patrick Stewart would be awesome.
I voted for Robin Williams, but just so
gotta
you
make
know.
it.
Snoopy. You can write in Snoopy still, right?
No.
Snoopy
I voted
president.
for Tom Jones.
Can
Can you write in literally, like the words literally anyone
Yes,
else?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Guess what? Dave, my partner's mother, often writes in. She doesn't like any of the candidates, and she'll write in Malcolm X or.
I believe
you know,
in the
people do.
80s, Mickey Mouse got 2% of the presidential vote every year.
Yes.
Oh, Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse. He
Right.
Santa
did.
Claus, I think, gets a percentage as well.
Yeah, but he was a big Reaganomics fan, so that wouldn't have worked out too well.
Where's Jose?
see?
Where's Jose?
There's a
when
girl I
we're-
went to high school with that just started watching. Hi, early blocker.
You're blocking her?
No,
Can
that's
I-
her name.
I got a story about
What's her-
Reagan.
I
Can
had a crush
can
on her brother forever and ever.
Oh.
I got a story about Reagan. Reagan is responsible for my childhood because he got rid of legislation that was controlling how cartoons were made. So because he got rid of it, it allowed for cartoons to start just blatantly putting their toys in the cartoon. And so that's why you have like Thundercats and He-Man and all those 80s cartoons.
That's
were just
right,
so,
less regulation, baby.
Yeah. So thanks to Reagan, without Reagan, there wouldn't be Thundercats.
And without Reagan, there wouldn't be Paul Moomjean. I was born in 1981 October,
Is Reagan your father?
which means my parents had sex in January. He was inaugurated in 180, got brought in January of 81. I think my parents had sex that night. 9 months
Wow.
later, I was born.
You guys-
Reagan baby.
We
I'm
have
I'm literally a Reagan baby.
We have lots of comments. Who
Uh-oh.
gave a heckler the camera? That's me. I'm the heckler. Your name, Vivian Rose. Your comic, Vivian Rose, has 1.2 million views
Oh yeah, on TikTok.
on her Yoo-Hoo Room set.
Yeah.
What? 1.2 million views on
Yeah,
our
yeah.
Josh and I have been arguing about this. I
Well,
keep
how do
saying
we
put
pay
your
atten-
put your setup, and Josh's like, no.
Okay, on TikTok. Wow. And then Jeffrey Keller says, pass the wine.
Oh,
Who's
hi,
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey. You can buy some from me. Just I sell this online. It's pretty.
So
it's
should
pretty
we put our
tasty.
stand-up sets on TikTok?
So
You
Josh
think-
and I have a debate about this.
1.2
It's fun.
million views.
So
Yeah.
Willie,
Vivian Rose.
so
She's
Willie
one
Mack.
is she a Lisa Sunstead?
No,
Vivian?
No, she was one of our Gatsby's actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Vivian.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
know.
so Willie
Vivian.
Mack, who's one of our instructors and has
Wow.
taken classes with us, it's how I met Willie. He's getting 1 million views on his stand-up from other just venues and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of comics are getting just their
But do
regular
they get
stand-up.
money from views?
They're starting to.
Okay, because there's no
That's
point
TikTok.
in putting up. Because
Well, it is and it's not, because I think Josh would tell you, Josh, if I had 1 million TikTok viewers and I called you up and said I want to do a show in 2 weeks, would you be more inclined?
If it was a virtual show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The TikTok, it's the easy right now. TikTok is the best place to get new fans. It's harder to do it on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram because I think there's more people on it, and Instagram won't help you unless you buy ads.
okay,
The other thing too is TikTok purposely with the algorithms put strangers in front of you.
Yeah.
So I will like go on and there'll be like this big fat guy who like sits on his kid and I'll be like, that guy's funny. Then I add him, right? But I won't necessarily follow him on Instagram.
I love the dogs. The dogs.
Oh,
on
yeah.
TikTok are-
And
Talking dogs.
And I've been posting 2 or 3 videos a day, and I'm building a small army of depressed 13-year-old boys. So that seems to be what my demographic is right there.
Which is weird because I just keep finding a bunch of peppy 25-year-old girls.
I don't know what it is. It must be the me. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
It's not it's they're seeing the older version of themselves.
Now, I will say, and I'll give this tip away for free because I've watched one of our instructors, Teresa Lowe, do this, and she's encouraging me to do something similar. And Josh and I have talked about this. If you find a niche, like I'm the writer, I'm the comedian, I'm this, I'm the mechanic, and you gear all your stuff towards that, you will eventually find a following. And I think, Josh, with your, you do stuff on being depressed, you do stuff on being Jewish, you do stuff that seems to attract 13-year-old boys who are depressed. But they find you because the content and the hashtags and the way that you do it, it's going to find an audience. So, like, I got people telling me I should do teacher stuff because that's what I used to be.
Well, Alex Sternan is saying I juggle on TikTok, and it's a great place to find talent, right?
Right,
Like, so
yes.
you find like things.
well, a friend, a girl we know, just started a fans only page where she burps, and within like 2 days she
What
has
girl?
35.
You can't say it?
Christina Walkinshaw. She has 35 patron. 35. Apparently, you could probably be a guest on her show.
Does she burp while naked? I don't understand.
No,
the
she just
OnlyFans.
burps in random places. No, she's not naked.
Okay, I'm gonna do farts. Don't take
No,
that.
they're
if you're
asking for
watching.
farts too, and apparently
I'm
nose
gonna
picking.
fart.
Apparently, there's the niche for nose picking and farts.
Really?
And burping. Yeah, she's already got 35
gross.
fans only page followers.
Josh, you should do Jewish history with burps.
How about just bad hygiene? How about that one?
Oh, so
Josh?
every post I do, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Barb, you kind of pick on him on his hygiene. I've never noticed it.
Oh.
I've never noticed that Josh has bad hygiene until you brought it up. And then
Okay,
I
look
Well,
at
there's a
that.
reason why, Paul.
Why?
I
Yeah.
hate to say it, because we're probably both have the same level of hygiene in our
Oh, no, I
eyes.
shower 3 times a day.
You
I
don't
have
live with your
to.
parents anymore. You don't have to shower that much.
I sweat a lot.
3 times a day.
No, twice a day.
I was gonna say when I see you all day, you're not
Which
showering.
I
One
go
in the
down
morning,
into
one
the,
at night.
I go into the
You
freezer.
shower in the sink.
Yeah, if I go into the freezer.
Horse
Because
bath.
you're like a little baby.
Woo!
And you jump into
Oh,
the
it's so
kitchen
much fun.
sink. All right.
No, I shower
It's not
twice a day.
unusual to bathe with the food.
No.
All right.
It's not unusual to bathe with anyone.
It would
But
be
if
for
I
me.
see
It would
you
be very
bathing with
unusual.
anyone but me, I'm going to go OJ on you. There you go.
I like this idea of singing the answers to questions. So
Okay.
It's good.
You know I'm not going to do that.
Can this be our new Flappers game show that we run on?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
Yes, and yes, and.
I will
Why not?
I will lose
Why
this game
not?
show.
But consider, were you now? You're a big musical theater fan. Are you an Andrew Lloyd Webber fan?
Yes.
Cats? Did Andrew Lloyd Webber do
I'm
cats?
a-
Yes, he did.
I know. That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm a Parker and Stone fan.
South Park movie.
Yeah.
Sing Andrew Lloyd Webber. Go ahead.
All right.
See Book of Mormon?
Night time sharpens, heightens each sensation. Slowly, gently, I'm going to fondle you. Now that the last bit was, I wrote that, but
All alone in the moonlight.
She has a British accent when she sings.
Has the moon lost her memory?
do you know he wrote a sequel to Phantom?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, you see, Josh knew that was Phantom.
It's called Exposed.
it was called Love Never Dies.
Love Never Dies.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Bond film.
it does.
So I'm gonna write
Love
it.
never dies.
I'm writing
Except
a
the
new-
Bond
It
film will
sounds
be
like
Death
a
Never
meme by
Dies.
a depressed 13-year-old girl.
Death Never Dies. Starring Rupert Everett
And Gene
Death.
Hackman.
and Gene Hackman.
Because he's been in every movie since the Poseidon Adventure.
Betty Davis.
She's dead.
No.
Yeah,
Betty
Betty
Davis
Davis?
dead.
No.
Yeah, her eyes died first.
Google
though.
it. Hold this, Josh.
No, are you? Wait a minute. You
You're
might be.
kidding. You're kidding, right?
No.
You guys are
No.
kidding.
Are you? Maybe you're thinking of Bette Midler?
No.
No, Betty Davis has been dead for years.
Yeah.
No.
If she was,
Yes.
if Betty Davis were alive, I believe she would be 150 years old.
No, she'd be close to
I'm looking
100.
up right now. She was. She died in '89. Barb, you've been living the last 21 years.
21, 31.
31.
31 years believing Betty Davis is alive.
God, I'm
31.
Betty Davis' eyes. Betty Davis' eyes live on.
But in her defense, she died October 6th, which is just 2 days ago. So the anniversary of her death was 2 days ago.
I meant Betty White.
There we go.
Oh, she's still
Okay.
alive.
Oh,
Yes.
She is still alive.
thank you.
believe she's
I
91.
meant-
Oh, wait.
I
No.
meant
They're just going to come
Betty
through right now.
White.
She died right
Betty-
now.
No, Betty Davis ironically
You
died.
know
No.
I'm-
Can I say just how she ironically died? She collapsed during the American Cinema Awards in 1989, and then later discovered that she had cancer and died. So like, there
So
you go.
I also am the oldest, close to the oldest one here, and I will say that I had Betty White in my head, but I said Betty Davis.
That's
which
what I
is-
assume because
Okay.
I would assume you're savvy enough
Betty
to know
Crocker,
Betty Davis.
No,
Betty
Betty
White.
White is who I meant. Betty White's amazing. She's not going anytime soon.
Probably.
Well,
She's
any
91
day.
years old.
Like literally any day.
Okay, well we gotta go
If
soon.
she's in the
because
death
I'm
pool.
fucking
If she's in the death
sweating
pool,
like a
somebody's
mofo
going to
in
win
this.
some money this year.
You know what? I'm glad that Flappers is closed because it's hot as hell in here. It's literally.
Right. But when we have
no
our
air
7 o'clock show on Saturday with my birthday
It'll
show,
be cool.
It'll be
Yeah,
70
yeah.
degrees.
We'll
It'll
open
be
the
great.
doors. We'll get it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Balm 70 degrees.
Daylight savings time is coming soon,
Is
and
daylight savings this weekend?
November 1st. No, it's after Halloween. So, by the way, let's talk a little bit because we're running out of
Yeah.
time about what we're doing for the holidays. So, first of all, at the drive-in, please, if you're sitting around, you're looking for something to do, Thursday through Sunday, we're doing Park and Laugh at the Pickwick Bowl. Great movies, Monty Python's Meaning of Life, but even bigger than that,
Lebowski.
Big Lebowski this weekend. But here's what we're doing for the holidays.
White Russians
Crazy.
for everybody.
We are going to do horror movies, but we're not only doing movies, we're doing an interactive experience. So if you want to get attacked by zombies,
We're going to be in the backseat of your car.
we are coming, we are dressing up as zombies, and we're going to scare the living crap out of you and give you trick-or-treat treats. So it's a great month for a drive-in experience with interactive elements. That's all I'm going to say. I gave a little bit of it away, but there'll be other surprises. And we're also featuring, because this is what we do best, a lot of independent filmmakers. So we're not going to do all the big movies. This weekend we did because we got screwed by the government. We couldn't do comedy and we had to throw up some movies. But the next couple of months, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be featuring independent films and short films. And we're going to screen projects that have you never seen anywhere else. Specifically, comedians have produced films. Joey Medina's done some, Jackie Cation. Lots of comedians have produced their own projects. So we're going to really focus on those types of independent films and screenings. So if you're looking for something unique and different with an interactive experience,
Park and Laugh in Burbank, Thursday through Sunday at 6:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's
Is-
filters. I'm gonna start playing with these filters.
Right. So, and definitely
Josh
we're
is
doing
like
the Halloween
something
haunt
shiny.
weekend. By the way, we struggle with the price because, we could do $10, $12, but what we're doing is $49 a car. Cram as many people in your car as you want, and just bring a big car. So it's a pretty good deal.
And
Get
they can bring all
everyone-
their own
whatever you want in your own
accoutrement.
Yes, and
Okay.
but the thing that's different about the Park and Laugh is we have real restrooms, not outhouses like a lot of the drive-ins.
yeah.
Our bathrooms are in the Pickwick Bowl, and they're legitimate bathrooms. So you're not walking into an outhouse, and it's really
No
cool.
peeing in the bushes this time.
No. So
Thank
please,
God.
please support us and come out to the drive-in. We've got some really. It's all
What's
comedy.
this weekend?
This weekend we're doing Big Lebowski, and what's tonight? Sorry, I messed up on the
Tonight is
schedule.
Superbad. Tomorrow
Superbad.
is
I love
Blazing,
Superbad.
Blazing Saddles, and then
Superbad,
Big Lebowski
Blazing
Saturday.
Saddles.
Oh,
and Big
I
Lebowski.
saw Blazing Saddles with
My
the
friend
director,
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, doing the commentary
My
in Boston.
my amazing friend Ted Sprague did all the choreography in Blazing Saddles. Very funny.
And yeah,
You
no,
rode a blazing saddle.
Little known fact
Mel Brooks
also-
came out and talked before the movie and after the movie, and he's like 90 as well, 92 probably now. That man would not sit down. He was so amazing, so amazing.
When
That movie would not get made now.
No, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, who co-wrote the script.
He was supposed to play the sheriff.
but the studio wouldn't let him.
Nope.
Because he was kind of an insurance risk.
Yep.
Yep. It's interesting.
So what's happening in Zoomland, Josh?
I don't know. Yeah, we're doing virtual
we're getting
comedy.
lots
We're
of
doing a lot.
likes.
We're doing well. That's a filter. We're we're
You
doing
fake these smiles?
yes.
Okay. Well, keep on faking it until we make it. That's what I say.
We're doing virtual comedy shows 7 nights a week. We're doing our 48-hour short film festival.
Ooh, do that.
And if you're
Scary
interested,
movies.
basically every Friday this month, you just sign up on the calendar on the website. We'll give you the topic, and then you have 48 hours to make the movie, and then we screen them Monday night via Zoom. And then the audience will vote, and the top films will be asked back on Halloween to do a special Halloween screening.
And/or we might pop a few of them into our drive-in
Yes, and or.
pre-movie screening. So that's pretty cool. What's happening in the school at FU?
We have a lot of exciting things happening. We have sold out our level 1, level 2 this weekend. So, we have new
So you can't do it.
So you can't do that, but I want to let people know, if you go to flappersuniversity.com, you got to sign up now. We have sold out level 1 and level 2 on the weekends, all pandemic. Like we have literally sold it out.
Pandemic sellouts.
Yes, it's been.
That's
it's
what
been,
we are.
People
We're
are
a
looking for
pandemic
things to do.
sellout.
Josh and I are teaching in-person classes for those of you interested in getting on a stage. Again, we encourage this to be comedians who did it before the pandemic. I'm going to be on Mondays. Josh is going to be on Tuesdays. Both of us only have 2 spots left. So we're almost sold out completely.
2 spots.
Because we're following
Laura?
CDC rules. So we're really excited. We have a lot of great things. And also on Monday, if you guys are trying to brand yourself correctly, Barbara's going to have her workshop on Monday.
And she's amazing.
And on the 12th, and we're really excited about that. We already have a few people that bought tickets, and we're going to have some more. Josh also has an MC workshop on Saturday.
They like
So
me. They
we have lots
really,
of great
really
stuff.
like me.
And this Saturday, 7 p.m., my birthday show. Go to
Happy
flapperscomedy.com, buy a
birthday
ticket.
to
You can watch the show virtually with my mother, who's in Washington. Like if you've ever wanted to watch something with Gail
That's
Matheson
worth the price of a ticket.
at the
right
same
there.
time, that's great. And we're gonna have wonderful comics, and it's gonna be super fun, and it's just gonna be great. And Ray, our sound booth guy, is gonna be in charge of the sound booth, which means it's gonna be amazing.
Awesome.
So that's it. That's what we got going on in the school.
Okay, and Laura over here is going to tell us about her Whiskey Women podcast.
Whiskey Women podcast, the one that has a glass that says sponsored by McCarty, although they haven't been paid after
Do you
the
have a- does
first
your- Does your podcast have a theme song?
It does. Actually, Tom wrote it. I could use.
He did?
He wrote the because I didn't want to get copyrighted problems, so he
So
wrote
custom.
the music that starts.
Tom
the
is
podcast.
our sailing captain.
He's the captain, of the
our
boat that we sail
sailboat.
on. And
Oh yes, I've seen that on Instagram.
yes, Tom is
Tom
actually a very
McGillen, a
accomplished,
comic.
very accomplished comic and also guitar player. He wrote the
Very
theme music for the podcast, and I've had some amazing guests. I have some more amazing guests coming in. Barbara's going to be on soon. And I was saving a particular whiskey for her, but they didn't come back to me soft enough. So she's gonna get whiskey that's $500 a bottle. So yeah, the Hog Boss from Maker's Mark is coming up in a couple of weeks. But yes, please go listen to that. It's interesting and it's funny and it's learn about whiskey. You can Dr. Laura Hayden on Instagram, Whiskey Women on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and Laura Hayden. And if you want wine, message me. I sell that too. If you need physical therapy, I can help you there too.
We're all doing multitasking
I'm very scrappy.
jobs.
Whatever I do, podcasts, physical therapy. Anyhow. And then I have a show here on the 17th.
Can I drink wine while listening to the podcast as you do physical therapy?
Yes, you could totally do
See,
that
There you go.
for a small price.
You guys are amazing.
I got the table in the back of my car. We can whip it out right here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm handing the camera to Josh. He seems to be getting all the comments. My webpage only has a few likes because everyone likes to text me for some reason
All right.
instead of follow me on Facebook. But I want to thank everyone for your support. I know we're into October right now. It's been, everyone keeps asking when we're going to open. People are calling. We will open as soon as we can open. I mean, the advice I can give you is please write your county, your cities, your counties, anyone. Write it in the fucking voting ballot. Just say, please allow laughs to occur again because for some reason laughter has been deemed unessential and illegal. So people are giving laughs, literally, in very unsafe environments. So I say, make it safe. Let us do comedy outside at a drive-in
You
in
could
LA
do comedy
County.
here and be perfectly
Yeah.
safe. It's a room that seats 30, 40 people. And
But-
if you put 90 people in here, everybody's going to be 6 feet apart.
Yes, and according to the president, COVID's no big deal.
If we just
Anyway.
if we all
No,
just
no.
had those drugs.
The proper act out would that be
Everyone.
COVID is no big.
I wish everyone could get the treatment that I got. Let's be clear on what he actually said. I hope everyone. I will give every American the same treatment I got.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that means every American will get $1 million in health care if Trump wins.
Oh, I'm sure
Does
they
anyone
will.
agree to that?
I'm
Excellent.
sure the Proud Boys will.
Yes. Oh, what?
Ah,
Okay.
okay, we gotta go.
We're,
We
we're
gotta
not
go.
a political podcast, but thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll do our best to be on time next week and on Facebook proper. Thank you so much, and we appreciate the support. Go to the drive-in and keep laughing. That's all we ask. We might have some out music. We might not.